D-backs taking on the Mets, and Arizona's Brandon Webb 0-5 lifetime against these Mets at his own dojo. But he gets Damian Easley swinging to end the fourth. Three strikeouts for Webb. Big day for Augie Ojeda. D-backs up 3-1 in the fifth. And Ojeda doubles to right. It's going to roll around in there, two-run score. Ojeda's tagged out as he tries to stretch it to a triple, but it doesn't work. But he had it working on Saturday, drove in a career-high 6, top 6. Webb dealing to Carlos Delgado with two men on and hangs one there, but Delgado yanks it foul. And that brings out pitching coach Brian Price, who's like, dude, come on. But Webb on the very next pitch does the very same thing. Hangs one, and Delgado sends it for a 3-run homer, his 4th of the season. Mets down 5-4. Webb did not have his best stuff on Saturday. Luckily for him, Ojeda had his best stuff. 6 RBIs, as I mentioned, all in the place of the injured second baseman Orlando Hudson. D-backs win 10-4 over the Mets. Webb becomes just the 4th National League starter this century to win his first 7 starts. He joins teammate Randy Johnson as the only Diamondback starters to begin a season 7-0. The good omen for Webb, Johnson accomplished the feat in 2000, same season in which he won the Cy Young.
Padres Marlins, a loss courtesy Webb, the only blemish on Jake Peavy's record this season. The reigning NL Cy Young Award winner, 13-1 in his last 20 road starts coming in. Bottom 3, Hanley Ramirez with runners on first and second. Strikes out against Peavy. Inning continues. Dan Ugla with the bases loaded flies out to Jim Edmonds in shallow center, and Peavy's out of a jam. Top 4, Brian Giles at the dish. Paul McNulty on second. Giles into foul territory. Jorge Cantu, the gorgeous catch against the wall. McNulty tagged out trying to advance to third. You have to see this again. Cantu can do. Bottom 6, Luis Gonzalez facing Peavy, 3-2 count. Gonzalez base on balls. Peavy not liking Bruce Dreckman's call there. Joe Torre's crew started this wins in a row thing last week against these very Rockies. Top 1, they're loaded for James Loney. It's a drive all the way to the wall in left center. Juan Pierre, Matt Kemp, and Russell Martin score. Dodgers are up 4-0. Hung-Chi Kuo in to relieve Esteban Loaiza with 1 out in the 3rd. Very first pitch from Kuo. Brad Hop crushing his 2nd home run of the season, tying things at 6. Top 5 with 2 on and nobody out. Loney. That is good wood. His 3rd of the year. 6 RBIs in the game for him. Dodgers win an 8th straight, 12-7 the final. The Dodgers had their longest win streak since winning 11 in a row in 2006. The Dodger offense isn't necessarily doing it with the long ball, but they have pounded out 98 hits in their last 8 games. Even more impressive is the fact they have 8 more walks than strikeouts during their streak.
Phillies were walk-off winners Friday against the Giants. Same 2 teams on Saturday. Bottom 4, Matt Cain finding pitching ain't easy. Chase Utley. Man, is this guy unbelievable right now. Solo homer, his 13th of the season, ties the game at 1. Those 13 homers lead the majors to the 9th. Ryan Howard facing Jack Tashner. Takes strike 1 looking. Next pitch, same thing. So he's in an 0-2 hole. Next pitch, later. 0 for 4, 3 Ks in this game. He's batting $170. Second straight night, we go to extras in Philly. Top 10, Benji Molina. And that dog will hunt. Singles in Randy Wynn. Giants win 3-2, just their 3rd win in their last 12 games at Philadelphia. Over the last 16 games, Chase Utley flat out raking. He's batting .421. He has socked 10 homers. He has 17 RBIs. In just 31 games, he's almost a 1/3 of the way towards the major league record for homers by a second baseman held by Rogers Hornsby and Davey Johnson.
Cubs Cardinals, Central leading St. Louis, swinging to win a 4th straight. Top 4 were scoreless. Runners on the corner for Kosuke Fukudome. Check out Yadier Molina setting up inside. Fukudome takes that Kyle Loesch offering for a strike. Count now 0-2. Next pitch, Molina again sets up inside with 2 on. Fukudome off the wall and right. Ryan Theriot come on home. Cubs up 1-0. After a Mark DeRosa walk and a Giovanni Soto ground rule double, it's Mike Fontenot. Obvious rapport between bat and ball. 2nd on the year. Career high 4 RBI for him. Cubs with a 6-run 4th. Bottom 6, Albert Pujols taking Ted Lilly for a ride. Number 6 on the season for Pujols. Lily, 7 innings, 3 earned, 4 Ks, top 7 with a runner on second. Alfonso Soriano doubling down the left field line. One of 6 Cubs doubles Saturday. Chicago wins 9-3. Vladimir Guerrero 0 for 15, hitless in 5 straight games for the first time in his career. Mike Scioscia giving him the day off. Bottom 8, Angels up 2-1. Sean Figgins on second, stealing third, just beating the Ramon Hernandez throw. Figgins with his 11th stolen bag of the season. Later in the at-bat, Gary Matthews Jr. ground ball to second. Brian Roberts throwing home, but Figgins sliding under the tag. He is safe. Although he hurt his right hamstring scoring the insurance run, had a precautionary MRI. Scioscia said Figgins cramped up a bit. Halos get the victory 3-1.
Rays and Red Sox. Boston facing James Shields for the first time since he shut him out last week in Tampa. Shields in trouble in the bottom of the first. You see the numbers on David Ortiz. He has been on fire as of late. And look at him going the other way, doing some wall banging. Doubles off the Green Monster. Jacoby Ellsbury comes in to score. Ortiz 3 hits, part of a 3-run first. Top 4. Rays down 5-3. They got the bags full against Josh Beckett. Nathan Haynes lines to left. Manny Ramirez throws a dart to get Carlos Pena out at the plate. Manny also snapped an 11-game RBI drought. Every Red Sox had a hit in this bad boy. Ortiz had 3 hits, doubles down the left field line, brings in Dustin Pedroia, who also had 3 hits. Josh Beckett, throw what you know. 13 strikeouts against the Rays last time out. 5 on Saturday. Boston wins 12-4.
Mariners Yankees, Mike Mussina on the bump. He's 17-5 career against the M's coming in. Top 1, Miguel Cairo at the dish. He goes down swinging. Mussina 84 pitches, 54 for strikes. Bottom 3, Hideki Matsui steps in with a runner aboard. Matsui fair down the left field line. Derek Jeter come on home. Check out Raul Ibanez. Issues in left, throwing the ball into the ground. Matsui with a 13-game hit streak. Ibanez with his 2nd error of the season. 2 batters later, Melky Cabrera with runners aboard. Ichiro bobbling. Matsui scores. Ichiro a part of 6 Mariner errors in 2 days. Yankees up 4-1. Top 6, Mussina. He stays dialed in. Just ask Richie Sexson. Mussina 6 innings, 1 earned, 5 Ks. Bottom 6, Johnny Damon with a runner aboard. Oh, Felix Hernandez did not want to do that. Damon with his 4th home run of the season. Mussina career win number 254. New York rolls.
The good news is Raul Ibanez leads the league in balls thrown directly into the outfield.
Ouch.
Reds and Braves, JoJo Reyes getting the start as the Atlanta pitching staff is just banged up right now. Gets Ken Griffey Jr. swinging. Jr. batting in the 2 spot. He went 0 for 4, 3 strikeouts. JoJo 4 hits in 5 1/3. Look at this throw by Ryan Friel. But it's not good enough to get Kelly Johnson, who scores on the Yunel Escobar single. 2-0 Braves, 7th inning. Friel now playing left, almost comes up with this shot from Brian McCann. Bases loaded, that starts the merry-go-round. 2-run score. Braves go on to win 9-1.
Brewers Astros. Houston putting its 4-game home win streak on the line. Bottom 5 tied at 1. Pitcher Brandon Backey leading off. Obvious rapport between bat and ball. This off Manny Parra. Backey's 3rd career jack. Astros up 2-1. Next batter, Michael Bourne. A swing and a drive. His 3rd home run of the season. Astros back-to-back for a 2nd straight night. 2 batters later with a runner on second, Miguel Tejada deep to left. Ryan Braun leaping, can't make the play. It's off the wall. Backey 5 2/3 strong for his 1st win since April 12th. Houston wins. One thing, it's time for Saturday's top 10 plays. Number 10, between the 1st and 2nd quarter at the Spurs-Hornets game, Hornets mascot Super Hugo dunking through a ball of fire, a ring of fire, dunks the ball. That's tremendous.
At number 9, Eric Ibar. Also through a ring of fire. No. Just a great play to get Brian Roberts out at first. Angels get a win 3-1, and Ibar helping out my fantasy team, I'm not going to lie.
Number 8, Flyers Canadiens Eastern Conference semifinals. Game number 5, Mike Richards semi-breakaway. Harry Price, the gorgeous toe save. Check it out again. All those Flyers advance.
At number 7, Dodgers against the Rockies. James Loney making a bid for a hit, but there's Willie Taveras of the Rockies. Former Astro great Willie Taveras. Rockies lose, however, 12-7.
Number 6, NCAA Volleyball Championship. Pepperdine battling Penn State. Championship point, short rally. Pepperdine, back row attack, out of bounds, and the Nittany Lions win the school's 2nd men's volleyball championship.
Johns Hopkins is the NCAA defending lacrosse champions. They're taking on Loyola, and look at Loyola's Shane Coppin. Very high degree of difficulty goal there. Behind the back with the defender all over.
PGA Tour number 4 Wachovia Championship 3rd round. Pat Perez, his 3rd shot on the par 5 15th. Oh, this ball has eyes, and it's sighing an eagle. Perez shot a 7 under 65.
Number 3, Mets and Diamondbacks. Eric Burns, the grounder to 3rd. Look at David Wright. Oh, I bet you he practices at least 15 minutes a day. Carlos Delgado, pretty nifty pick at 1st as well, but the Mets lose.
Number 2, English Premier League, Manchester United taking on West Ham. It's West Ham's Dean Ashton with the tremendous bicycle kick goal. Don't miss this on the replay, but his West Ham crew falls 4-1 to Man U.
Back to the Flyers and Canadians for play number 1. R.J. Umberger of the Flyers celebrating his 26th birthday on Saturday. He had 2 goals and a helper, and the Flyers win 6-4. They advance to the Eastern Conference Finals.
There was an original save.
Toronto coming into Saturday's play with 18 consecutive scoreless innings pitched. We've got an innings counter for you. Top 2, Jesse Litch strikes out A.J. Pierzynski, 20 scoreless innings pitched. Top 3 with 2 outs. Pablo Ozuna laying down the bunt. Litch fielding his position well, gets Ozuna, 21 scoreless innings pitched. Top 5 with 2 outs. Carlos Quinton grounds into the 5-4 fielder's choice, so we've got 23 scoreless innings pitched. Top 6 with 1 out, Nick Swisher lines out the first base. Great grab by Lyle Overbay. Another scoreless inning. That's 24 and counting. Top 7, scoreless no longer. Jermaine Dye, his 3rd of the season. Scoreless inning streak ends at 24 2/3. Blue Jays win 5-2.
Dodgers are so hot. 8 wins in a row in Colorado against the last place Rockies. Derek Lowe, he is struggling early. This is Little League Baseball struggling early. First pitcher, 6th pitch, Scott Pasednik, base hit. Omar Quintanilla, RBI double. Pasednik scores, still no outs. Matt Holliday, 2 for 4, hitting .306, base hit. 2-0 Rocks. Helton, 26th pitch of the inning. He walks. Garrett Atkins, 37th pitch. There's still no outs.
Wow.
43rd pitch. Finally, Brad Hopp pops up, way up. Matt Kemp still, he saw it. Someone saw it, and it's 51 pitches in the first inning for Lowe. Unbelievable. Top of the 5th, 3-1 Rockies. Aaron Cook pitched well, 7 2/3, 2 earned, and the Rockies go on to win 7-2.
Johan Santana, Danny Herron matchup in the desert with the Mets visiting Arizona. D-backs best record in baseball at 21-9. Herron 4-1, a 3.13 ERA. And David Wright says, why don't you talk about my numbers? 2-0 pitch, top 4th. That's his 6th home run. It's 2-0 Mets. Herron, 6 innings, 3 hits, 2 earned, 7 Ks. Bottom 6, Mets up 2-1. Santana facing Chris Young. Bases loaded, 2 outs. He goes 82 miles per hour changeup. Young takes that for a strike. The 93 mile per hour fastball. Young slow, strike 2, and then you're jamming me. Flies out to right to end the inning. Santana, 6 innings, 6 hits, an earned run, and 8 Ks. Mark Reynolds, RBI single off Joe Smith, tied it in the 7th. Bottom 8, Chris Burke leading off. Pedro Feliciano throws wide of the bag. Burke going to round 2nd, and he's waved to 3rd by 3rd base coach Chris Hale, and he's thrown out by right fielder Ryan Church. Snap tag by Wright, and you are so out. Top 9, same score. Mets 2 on. Carlos Delgado grounded to 1st, and Connor Jackson picked a bad time for his first error of the season. Carlos Beltran scores, and the Mets, they go on to win it 5-2, your final.
An all-American red, white, and blue classic duel. Cubs, Cardinals. Cubs have done it with offense. Cardinals with pitching. Yeah, walk your dog, not Pujols. He's on pace for 165 walks this year. He's never even walked 100 times. Yeah, Jason Marquis keeps it out of the strike zone, and Pujols goes down swinging. Bottom 2, 6, 4, 3. Double play. Not a lot of protection around Pujols. Albert, your thoughts?
I don't gonna go for 4 out there and don't make an adjustment. I try to make an adjustment every single at bat if I can.
All right, bottom 4. Can he make the adjustment? Oh, boy, that ball is up and soft, and it's down the 3rd base line. Mark DeRosa can't get it into the corner. As Torres and Kennedy score 4-2. The Cardinals lead in the bottom of the 4th. Watch it again. Pujols so quick with those hands. And the Cardinals winner chicken dinner 5-3 over the Cubbies. Yankees.
Dusty's Reds have lost 4 in a row. Visiting Braves looking to even their record against an uneven Bronson Arroyo. Bottom 2, no score. Gregor Blanco to center field. Ryan Friel dives for it. Brian McCann scores it. It's tough to catch the ball with any part of your body besides the hands. Friel, my pain right there. He'd stay in the game, though. Tough guy. Chipper Jones, later in the inning, now 4-0. 2 on, 1 out. Get out. His chi is so centered right now. Jones is 9th, and Arroyo goes 1 1/3, 7 earned, strikes out nobody. More from Chipper. Left field, bottom 5. Royce Ring and Kelly Johnson scored. Chipper 5 RBI on the day, 27 for the season, and the Braves win 2 touchdowns to 1, 14-7. And Seattle looking to avoid the sweep, and they're looking at Darryl Rasner, who's replacing the injured Phil Hughes and the demoted Ian Kennedy, so they're looking good, especially when Adrian Beltre goes whang dang doodle in the top of the first, a 2-run shot. Mariners up 2 on Beltre's 6. Now Jason Giambi's got 1 hit in 20 at-bats, a $154. So he says, I'm gonna use Chin-Ming Wong's bat because Micah Owing's bat not available.
Of course he'll hit a ground ball, right? He's back.
Exactly. Wong's bat, by the way, is 0 for 8 with 6 Ks career. So don't hate the bat, hate the batter. Giambi grounding out weakly to first. 3rd inning, bottom 3rd. Carlos Silva becomes unglued. Melky Cabrera, 2-run shot. It's 5-2. They've got 5 runs in the inning, and Robinson Cano says, well, let's make it 6. He's best friends with Cabrera, and that ends a 3 for 35 slump by Cano. 6-run inning. First inning of 5 or more runs this season for the Yankees. There's A-Rod. He's into it. And Rasner, well, he went 4-0 with an 0.87 ERA and 5 AAA starts, and he goes 6 innings here. 5 hits, 4 Ks, gets Beltre there as Damon brought the adult glove, and the Yankees win. 8-2, sweep the M's.
Tampa, where? Boston, you got it. Scott Kazmir, the reigning AL strikeout king, making his 08 debut for the Rays. His first start since experiencing inflammation in his left elbow early in spring training. Big Poppy sitting this one out. Stiff right knee, and maybe because that Kazmir guy was on the mound. A little rusty early. Then Manning's at homer 497. No, 10th double of the year. Kazmir went 4 runs, 5 Ks. He threw 90 pitches, 55 strikes. John Lester labored early, but settled down. Top of the 5th, 1 on, 2 outs. Gets Carl Crawford there. 6 innings, 1 run for Lester. He had 5 strikeouts. In the 7th, now it's a bullpen game for Boston. Hideki Okajima, Rays down by 2. Good piece of hitting, Carl Crawford. Now it's a 1-run lead. Okajima. Carlos Pena hit his 7th home run earlier in this game. Boy, he does that a lot. 142 times last year, 35 strikeouts in 30 games this year. Ortiz out, Euclid batted 3rd. Good move. Red Sox now 14-5 at home. Papelbon gets his 9th save. Boston on to Detroit for a 4-game series. Tampa off Monday, then they go to Toronto. Chin-Ming Wong for most wins in the American League. Top of the first 2 on Ramon Hernandez of the Orioles, and that's going to be off the wall. He'll pull up into second base with a nice little stand-up double as the Orioles get on. Whoa! Where was he? Watch, look. Oh, that's a home run. He gets a high five from the first base coach, and he realizes, that's not a home run. Dope! Oh, I got a single. Anyway. 2-1 Baltimore. Torrey Hunter signed the big 5-year, $90 million deal before the season. And he responds with a 3-run Jackson right there. He's off to a great start. Let's go right to the 9th. Angel relievers doing very well. K-Rod in. Pick off, Jeff Mathis to first. Yeah, thanks for coming. Look at that. Angels, and Saunders does get that victory. Look at him, 6-0, 5 innings pitched, 12 hits. Angels off to a good start.
The Athletics have been a pleasant surprise for those who root for Oakland, trying to avoid the at-home sweep by the Rangers. Top third scoreless, and Herman Duran, like Sonny in The Apostle, he's got the Holy Ghost power off Greg Smith, his first Major League home run for Duran, and well, he gets sound silence treatment from his teammates. Smith, by the way, struck out a career-high 10. We go bottom 7, still 1-0. Frank Thomas, high fly. Sun, 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 here it comes. Josh Hamilton loses it in the sun. Thomas gets the double. Next batter, bartender, Jack Cust. Batting .458 in his last 7 games. That's his 4th of the season. The A's avoid the sweep. They win it. 3-1 your final.
The Phillies, first place in the NL East, home to the Giants and Tim Lincecum. He turns 24 in June. What a great series this has been between the Phils and the Giants. Check this out. Victorino to short, Emmanuel Burris to Rich Aurelia, and safe. No, look at Aurelia. Oh, I tagged him. He clearly tagged him. Hey, you can't get him all. Later in the third, important 2-on, 2-out, Pat Burrow. What a year. Hit .330, 9 homers, 11 doubles. What a year for Pat Burrow, and the Phillies lead 2-0. Bruntlett and Victorino score. Bottom 9, tied at 5, Jeff Jenkins. The second, Velez cannot get down. Ryan Howard does. And the Phillies win a wild one. Charlie Manuel, 500th career win as a manager, 280 with the Phillies.
See your Phillies Giants going to raise your Brewers Astros. Eric Gagne, bring it on. Bottom 9, 1-on, 1-out. Brewers up 6-4. Jeff Blum pinch hitting, grounder to second base, and guess who's wearing his PF Flyers? Blum is. Take another look. He just beats out Ricky Weeks. Throw to first. So he's still got 1 out. Gagne then walks Michael Bourne to load the bases. Kaz Matsui grounds to first. Darren Erstad scores. Astros with it in 1 on what could have been the game-ending groundout had they gotten Blum. They didn't. Gagne walked Miguel Tejada to load the bases. Lance Berkman, 4 hits, 4 RBI. One of them there because Berkman's walked by Gagne. Blum scores. Gagne 1 inning, 2 hits, 2 earned, 3 walks, 5th blown save. J.J. Hardy, 2 outs, game tied, bases loaded. Tim Burdick gets Hardy to fly out to the end of the inning. Bottom 12, Hunter Pence, 0 for 5 in the game. Manager Cecil Cooper told his bench coach, Hunter's not going to go 0 for 6. He was right off Mitch Stetter. 4th, it's a walk-off, 8-6.
Greg Maddux, for the 4th time, trying for career win 350. Bottom 2, his team has a 1-0 lead. Dan Uggla. Oh, it's a beautiful day. 7th home run of the season for Uggla, and we are tied at 1. Top of the 6th, Marlins up 3-2. Kevin Kuzminoff line drive. Luis Gonzalez, can he get it? Soft liner, sinking fast. Whoa! He trapped it live. The only team above 500 in the AL Central, the Twins, home to the Tigers. Boof Bonzer. The new park, by the way, opens up in 2010 for Minnesota, still in the old Metrodome. Ivan Rodriguez takes off for second. Joe Mauer, you see the throw hits the glove of Nick Punto, goes in the center. Edgar Renteria scores. 6-0 Tigers after 1. They're in great shape, right? Rome, bottom 7. Oh, boy. Punto's ground ball to third. Carlos Guillen, man, they can't put him anywhere. Both runners are safe. Still bottom 7, still 6-3. Carlos Gomez. Boy, it must be hard as a rock in front of home plate. He beats it. Now it's 6-4. Next batter, Brendan Harris. Does not need to use the dirt in front of home plate. That's over Jock Jones's head. Double. Now it's a 1-run lead for the Tigers. Next batter, again, watch how hard it is in front of home plate. Joe Mauer, bam! That gets through. Gomez, Harris both score. Twins, they score 4 runs after the Guillen error, and they hold on to win again. 7-6. Tigers hot, cold. Jim Leland, what's up with the funk factor?
Indians are struggling to score runs, which means they are a struggling baseball team. Cleveland at home against Kansas City. Top 5 scoreless. Aaron Laffey, Tony Pena, 2-on, 2-out. Casey Blake, his throw to second is wide. Olivo scores on the Blake throwing error. Bottom 6, still 1-0. Gil Mesh, Victor Martinez, and the breaking ball in the dirt. Martinez swinging like Tommy Dorsey. Rafael Betancourt, top 9, facing Olivo, and I know, you know, that ball is gonzo. 2-0 his 4th, and then Joaquim Soria, shut it down. Gets Martinez there. Soria perfect in 8 save attempts, and the Royals beat the Indians 2-0, sweep the series.
That report. Yeah. All right, top plays. Plenty of hockey Sunday night. And we're going to get even more. How about your Hockey World Championships? Latvia and Canada. Danny Heatley, Senator Mike Green, Washington Capitol. Beautiful goal. Canada won 7-0.
You know, Kenny Mayne wrote a book also. I'm not sure if he had any Spanish soccer in it, but if he did, it would be Juan Capdevilla firing the shot. But Hatafes, goalkeeper, we're going to call Pato. Incredible save.
Number 8, Wachovia. Adam Scott playing some great golf right now. Won the Byron Nelson. Holds out for Eagle there. T8 at the Wachovia.
At 7, Yankee Stadium, Mariners in town. Adrian Beltre, he homered off Daryl Rasner early, but he's getting nothing there. Johnny Damon brought the big glove. Yankees win.
He prefers John Damon. Number 6, great Celtic passing. It's a tradition of the Celtics, unselfish basketball. They beat the Hawks in 7.
In number 5, it's Fenway Park. I still can't believe Atlanta took Boston to 7. Dustin Pedroia, gets down on his knees, makes the play, and Carl Crawford doesn't get the base hit. The Red Sox win.
Finns to the left, Stars to the right. First overtime of this game, Patrick Marleau wants to be a hero. Marty Turco says no. A lot of overtimes.
Yeah, more hockey. Brad Richards, Evgeny Nabokov. Barry Melrose called this the best save he's seen all season. And he's seen all of them. So it is the best. More from this game, which was the best, and it was long.
Yeah, it went to 4 overtimes. Number 2, Jazz Lakers, Kobe Bryant. Lakers win game 1 over Utah 109-98. Phil Jackson's never lost a series when his team won game 1.
Number 1, Stars on ice, 4th overtime. Brendan Morrow, the shot past Nabokov for the winner. And then Mike Lang and the Rangers Penguins, game 5.
Quick to go back to Crosby. Center goes to Hossa. Hey, shoots and scores!